bit of an ideological civil war going on right now in the US, but I'm not talking about Republicans versus Democrats. I'm talking about Democrats versus Democrats. And Maxine Waters, Chuck Schumer, and Nancy Pelosi just demonstrated it perfectly. They all had just a little bit of a public spat recently, which started when Waters called for people to harass members of the White House administration whenever they go out in public. It was a pretty dramatic thing to say, advocating for harassment. And so when she said it, it angered a lot of other Democrats who don't want to be viewed as the party of unhinged, closed-minded extremists. So Chuck Schumer got up in front of Congress to denounce her call to harass, saying he strongly disagrees with her idea of harassing people you disagree with. He said, if you don't agree with a politician, you should vote against them. You shouldn't go harass them at restaurants. He said that's not right and that's not American. Nancy Pelosi had the same reaction as Schumer. She wrote on Twitter that the daily lack of civility that Trump has wrought is not acceptable, and that we must conduct elections in a way that achieves unity from sea to shining sea. It was kind of a bunch of nonsense what she wrote, but she was trying to rise above Waters' call for incivility, saying basically just because we think Trump isn't civil doesn't mean we should be. So, both Schumer and Pelosi went against Waters publicly. So Waters was on MSNBC recently, because of course that's her channel, right? And host Joyanne Reid asked her if she was surprised to have the leadership of her own party come out and call her un-American. And then Waters kicked up the infighting by saying that leaders like Schumer will do anything to protect their power. Which is a wild thing for her to say, because she's basically condemning the leadership of her party as nothing more than pandering politicians. Waters has been in Congress for over 20 years. Pelosi's been there for over 30. Same for Schumer. They've all been there for decades. They are all responsible, in part, for where we are today. And now they're pointing fingers at each other like a bunch of lousy, irresponsible kids, instead of what they keep telling us to do, which is to unite for the good of our country. They might not be shooting each other with guns, but it's a civil war all the same.